Hey guys, so in tomorrow's vlog I talk about how I didn't videotape yesterday, so I didn't have a video for today. So I'm gonna get that one up earlier, but it didn't really work because I didn't have enough footage. So I'm getting this one up now and that one up tomorrow. And this one, you can tell by the title, is about my eating habits and why I eat weird foods and why stuff is weird. Normally around the age of 2 to 4, kids don't want to eat meat. They want to eat mostly fruits and sugary things and stuff like that. And that definitely was me, except it was longer. I did not start eating kind of meat until the age of 9, something like that. And then I slowly started to eat meat a little bit. But of course I ate vegetables a little bit. I would eat peas and corn, green beans, potatoes, things like that. I would eat. I wouldn't eat beef or pork or chicken or anything like that. And when I was about 8 or 9, I started eating chicken. But that was about it. That was the only meat I would eat. And then I started noticing that I got a little rounder than I was. And I watched this movie on Lifetime about this really skinny, healthy girl that used to be big, having a heart attack in freshman year, I think it was. And she turned her life around. Now she was wearing a bat suit in her high school to see how people would react to her being in that. And it was a horrible thing. So that day I was I am going to eat healthier, or more exercise, or something like that. That's literally what I thought. I would exercise and I would get less round. So, and that was early summer. So summer I would run around the front of my house, which my front yard's pretty big. So me running or walking around that is a pretty good size of doing that. So I did that for 2 months, I think it was. And I mean, I didn't do it constantly. It was just whenever I thought about it, I would go do it. And the first day back to school, normally on the first day, I wake up super early. I'm super excited for someone who's that on the first day. Even though I see the exact same people every single day. Living in a small town, you do that. You see the exact same people all the time. Normally, there's not really many new kids, and if there is, there's 1 or 2, and they're usually in another group, not the group that I was in usually. And so it's the very first day, and the bus wasn't going to be there till 30 minutes. So I was you know what, I'm gonna walk around the front house. I said that to my mom, and she's no, you're gonna get sweaty, and you're in your school clothes, and you shouldn't do that. And little 9-year-old me thought in my head, why do you not want me to get healthy? That was my thought. Why don't you want me to do this? Why don't you want me to be better? I mean, I had gym, so that wasn't really a big concern of my mom, letting me exercise. It was more I wanted to do it because I thought I was unhealthy. And an 8, 9-year-old was thinking that. I had no idea where they came from. I don't know if it was from the TV. I don't know. Well, around the same time, my dad sick. And he passed away when I was 10. That was like a huge downhill for me. I started noticing my stomach getting a little bit bigger, and at the time I was like doing basketball, and my shoulders would usually get hurt, usually my back. And so I would take nice hot baths, and I would notice that my stomach was above the water where it wasn't normally. So I was like, okay. And for some reason I would like not want to eat, so I wouldn't. And from the time I was 10 till last time I was 16, I only ate 1 meal a day. I know that's probably like really bad for some people, and for most people actually, but I was like, why? My body's telling me I don't want food. Why do I need to put food in my body if my body doesn't want it? Like, why should I? That was literally my mental process. And then I got with an ex. I started dating him in 6th grade. And then at first that dated him in 6th grade, we broke up. Of course, normal 6th grade stuff, and I dated him again when I was 16. And he was like, when I told him that, he was like, why are you doing that? Like, you're an idiot, pretty much. And he literally was like, you are going to eat 3 meals a day, or at least 2. So 2 years ago, that's when I started eating better, and I started actually eating more meat, because up until then I only ate chicken. That was like from 8 till 16, that's all I ate was chicken. I mean, for the first 8 years of my life I didn't eat meat, and then the next 8 years I ate only chicken. And now, like 2 years later, I've tried beef, and I've actually kind of liked it, mostly like roasts and stuff like that. And so I really liked it, but my weird thing is I like ketchup. This might be a little weird to some people, but that was what I actually like. So I've been trying to eat. Even throughout all that, if you can notice, I am really pudgy. I mean, I've had these fat cheeks, as my stepdad likes to call them, chubby cheeks, whatever you want to call them, for as long as I can remember. But if you look at my arm, it's kind of big, and that's pretty much all I can not really think about, but like, I don't know. That's just me. I can always think like, I don't really know if I'm healthy or not because of how I look. And I don't really know if I had eating disorder from the time I was 10 till I was 16, so 6 years. I don't really know if that's what it was. I never got really diagnosed with it. All I know is I've had some health problems after that. I know I have low iron, which redheads normally do, and plus my lack of meat I eat. That's something that I have to look out for. Normally I don't drink a lot of fluids, so dehydration is also probably something I worry about and kind of struggle with every day, because sometimes, like even now, I'm a little like woozy, and sometimes I will like completely pass out, which that's another thing that happened when I was about 11. I started passing out, and I didn't really go completely out. My eyes just rolled in the back of my head, my eyelids were completely open. I was talking like I was drunk, I was walking like I was drunk. And that's the closest I've gone to going completely passing out type thing. Rest of them I've seen dark circles, I've gotten dizzy, my head hurts, and it's only when the episode is happening. My head hurts, I'm sweating, I'm cold, and I don't know, my heart races, I feel sick to my stomach, all this stuff goes on at that moment in time, and then it just goes away once I can stand up again and everything. So I don't really know what that is or what's happening, but hopefully, and I've went to doctors about that. I went to neurologists. I've gotten blood work taken. I went to my normal doctor. No one really can figure out what's wrong. Some people thought it was my protein or iron being low, and that wasn't it. Thought maybe I was having a seizure or something. That wasn't it, or at least I don't think it was, because they never gave us results on the brain thing. But yeah, I won this kind of serious thing just to give you guys some background about me, and a little bit because I do show what I eat in my vlogs. I want to show you guys pretty much why I eat that stuff, or why I only go towards that type of things, because that's all I've known, and that's all I've liked. And yes, I realize some people are going to call me a picky eater. Yes, I realize some people are going to be suck it up and just eat it. But I can't. I physically cannot, because when I was younger and I ate meat, my body would reject it. And when I told people that, they were like, oh, you have an allergy to meat then. And I've never heard of that before, but it makes sense. And some people can grow into an allergy, and some people can grow out of an allergy, and maybe I'm just growing out of an allergy, or my taste buds are changing, or my body is changing. I have no idea what it is or what it is. I don't know which it is or what it is, but I really want to figure it out and get to the bottom of it, but I don't know if I ever will sometimes. But that's today's video. I will see you guys tomorrow, and have a wonderful day. Bye.